The creep who was stalking me for 6 months went through with her promise to break into my house, but what she didn't know was that I made a promise to myself to survive, and I have been training for this since she contacted me. For the past 6 months, I have been relentlessly stalked and had threats against my life made from someone I dated for a month. It started with phone calls upwards of 45 to 50 a day, 50-page text messages, and her showing up outside of my house at 5 a.m. When I would not comply or feed the negative attention, I began to receive threats, claims that she would unalive me and get away with it. All she would have to do is flee the country, telling me she shouldn't have to force me to be her friend or give her another chance or else. Every time I blocked her number from contacting me, she would then call me from different ones, try and pretend to be other people or have her friends or sometimes even random strangers she'd ask on the street. I went scared unsuspecting girl half to death after informing her that the person who had just told her to call me was actually stalking me, and I sent her proof. She ended up calling the police on her. She fled, of course. After about 2 months of that, I was evicted from my apartment building due to my neighbors no longer feeling safe because of her looming presence. I then applied for and was granted a TPO. A few days afterwards, I received a picture message of the note the sheriff civil had left on the door of my stalker's then residence with a message taunting me that what you are trying to do was stupid and a restraining order is just a piece of paper. So ultimately, she just ended up avoiding the process server, and simple as that. I was not being protected at all. May 31st this year, I relocated. This did not deter my stalker. She vowed to find wherever I moved to and threatened that if she couldn't find me, she would be able to find my family, and then proceeded to send me a map of my mother's home whom she had never met. I received a message from a man claiming to be my former landlord, letting me know that I owed a balance on my account and to avoid late fees, I needed to pay the amount, which I could do with the link provided in the message. Turns out it was my stalker pretending to be a man, and the link turned out to be a tool used to grab the user's IP address when they clicked the link. Upon this discovery, I changed my phone number and began to systematically dismantle any trace of an online presence I once had. This action only seemed to anger her, and before deleting the profiles outright, I would attempt to block her from contacting me. Each and every time I blocked one, she simply created a new one, and her from contacting me. Each and every time I blocked one, she simply created a new one and proceeded to contact me as if nothing had happened. 12 different Reddit accounts, 9 different Tumblrs, 10 different Instagrams, 3 Meetup accounts, 4 Facebooks, with which she changed her location to that of my hometown and proceeded to add nearly everyone from my graduating class in high school, and even 3 Duolingo accounts in MySpace. Yes. MySpace. I then received an empty package from her address to my former residence with the declaration, address correction requested, do not forward. I'm assuming she thought that the post office would adhere to her request and return the package to her with my new corrected address on it. Mid-July, she created a profile using my photos and likeness to threaten my family. When I didn't respond, she proceeded to post semi-nude pictures of me on the profile and attempt to blackmail me to speaking with her. I did not and contacted Twitter to report the account and have it removed, which they eventually did. On August 21, 2014, I awoke around 8 p.m. to vigorous ringing of my doorbell. I look out my window to see who it is and I was horrified to see my stalker there. I called the police and, of course, she fled once again over 7 separate police reports filed. This incident was followed by threatening emails from my stalker demanding that I meet her somewhere, or because she had found me that next time I would wake up to gunshots, and that if I didn't, she would first taser you and SA you in the butt using your. This past Sunday night, I woke up at 6:45 a.m. to the ringing and banging again.